Now, you may be familiar with the name Roger Corman. Roger Corman was a movie executive, movie producer, sadly passed away last year in 2024. This guy made basically a million movies. He was responsible for movies like the original Little Shop of Horrors, Piranha, Galaxy of Terror, I don't know if you know that one. One of my personal favorites, Death Race 2000, that's a Roger Corman movie. Slumber Party Massacre, Death Stalker, Carnosaur. These names must be sparking some memories for some of you out there, or at least I hope so, because he had a long and what I think was rather illustrious career. But here's a Roger Corman movie that I'd never seen up until, well, just the other day. This was recommended to me by my daughter. This is Humanoids from the Deep. Humanoids from the Deep. It's exactly what the title says. It's a crazy exploitation horror movie from 1980, and it's about mutant killer fishmen that basically assault a Northern California fishing town. Something to do with the salmon, the annual salmon run, and scientists have been genetically manipulating all the salmon, get bigger yields. But unfortunately, they made some experiments, and those experiments escaped into the ocean, and now they're back with a vengeance. Not only are they killing the local population of said town, but they're also assaulting the women, trying to impregnate the women of this town, or at least the ones that are unfortunate enough to be on the beach when these fishmen attack. It's pretty sleazy. There's a lot of gory kills and stuff in here, and there is a lot of nudity in this movie. Female nudity, that is. And, well, I'm not going to complain about that. I can see why some people take issue with this movie. First of all, it had a female director. Her name was Barbara Peters, who basically after the release of this movie just kind of disowned it and didn't want her name on there anymore, because it wasn't the movie that she envisioned when she was given the script and shot the script. And I think it's a very competent story, and it's good storytelling. I think good cinematography, good character development, good acting from the people that I'll mention in a little bit here. But she wasn't very happy with the way that they re-edited the movie when she was all done. Basically, Roger Corman or somebody above or below him decided that this movie needs to be an exploitation movie. We need to have tons of nudity in there, tons of gore. It needed to be shocking. This was like, whoa, this is going to be like a drive-in feature horror movie, right? And this is early 80s, 1980, and that's what the fans wanted to see. So they had to go reshoot a bunch of scenes, specifically shot just so we could show some more boobs in there. And again, I ain't going to complain about that. But I could see why the director took offense to that. I'm not going to tell you the whole plot of this movie because it's pretty, I guess, standard for a horror movie. Basically, it's fishmen. And they actually look pretty okay. Like, the suits, I believe, are designed by Rob Bottin, the guy who did a lot of the special effects for The Thing, which is amazing. And they look pretty good. I mean, they look a little goofy in some parts. There's one out of every 4 or 5 of these fishmen has super long arms, I guess, so they can grab people from far away. And they got big fangs and stuff, and they don't really look like fish. I guess they're supposed to kind of look like Creature from the Black Lagoon or something like that. But they're basically like generic monster men. They come out of the ocean, they attack people, and they kill a lot of dogs, for one thing. Yeah, and they drag people into the ocean, drown them, kill them, and eat them. And then they impregnate a good number of women in the town, which is a little uncomfortable. At the end of the movie, basically, there's like a big harbor festival, basically a fair set up on the waterfront, and the fishmen attack in droves, dare I say, maybe 100 of them, and they just burst up through the boardwalk, at the harbor, and they like grab people and pull them in, and they just eviscerate them and eat them, and of course they go after the women and stuff, and so they basically like burn them all to death and shoot them all, neutralizing the fishman threat, but not entirely, because in the very end of the movie, you get basically like an alien ripoff scene where one of the victims actually gives birth to one of the fishmen, and it's pretty gross and it's pretty silly and pretty out there, but that's the movie. As kind of gross and stupid and obnoxious as this movie was in some points, I actually quite enjoyed it. And Humanoids from the Deep was a fun watch, and like I said, got to see a lot of boobs in this movie. So, as entertaining as it was, and given its kind of shady reputation, everything kind of balances out. I mean, the effects aren't the greatest. The acting is quite good in here, actually, even though they all play a bunch of assholes. I mean, Vic Morrow is really good. He's really good at playing an asshole, I guess. Doug McClure is pretty good. Good for a low-budget horror movie from 1980. And the story moved along at a good pace. There was lots of suspenseful scenes, not too many like fake-out scares and stuff. Yeah, you get to see dogs get killed. You get to see women get assaulted by fishmen. It's a grand old time. So I'm going to go ahead and give Humanoids from the Deep a B. I mean, I would say B+, but there was kind of some negative stuff in there that kind of kept it a little further away from A territory, I guess. There wasn't anything really bad about the movie. There was a couple of special effects shots that were just ridiculous looking, but that kind of contributed to the fun. Maybe I'm seeing it through rose-colored glasses, but this is one of the better Roger Corman movies that I think I've seen, at least recently. So yeah, I gave it a B. Now, this isn't going to be the last Roger Corman movie that I'm going to review, because I'm going to be probably watching Roger Corman movies till I die. But also on the agenda, I've got another one coming up pretty soon. I'm not going to tell you what it is, because why spoil the fun, right? Until the next movie review here on Andy Boy Comics and Toys, stay safe out there, be good to each other, and just in general, just have a good one, everybody.